Well, well, well. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Pool Dog Championship Arena for coverage of the 8-Ball Classic from here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. It's a great day, Jeanette.
Yes, it is. This is going to be really exciting.
This event brought to you, of course, by the American Pool Players Association as part of the APA Poolplayer Championships taking place all week here in Las Vegas. I'm your host, Jason Bowman. I'm joined by the one and only Black Widow, Jeanette Lee.
Hello.
Jeanette joining us. We will be calling one of these 5 championship matches. And, folks, we have 5 championship titles to be decided today. Should be exciting, Jeanette.
Yes, it absolutely will. It's been so exciting all the way here, and I know they want to finish off this event in Vegas at the top.
We should mention our buddy here, Frank from Pool Dog. Of course, our friends at Pool Dog, the presenting sponsors of this year's streaming for all 5 of our championship events. So we thank them for their support. We're going to go through some of the rules here of the 8-Ball Classic briefly to kind of get everybody acclimated. I know the players getting prepared on the floor, of course. Like any of our events, they are played by APA rules. In this particular event, Jeanette, because it is individual play, there is no coaching allowed. Of course, we have 5 separate skill level tiers. We have the blue tier, which is your skill levels 2s and 3s. You have the yellow tier, which is your skill level 4s. You have the red tier, which is skill level 5s. The orange tier is the skill level 6s. And the purple tier is your skill level 7s. Again, 5 tiers in this year's 8-Ball Classic. And we're going to try to bring you guys coverage from all 5 of those matches today. And we'll explain how to do that in just a moment. Of course, this event, or this total event, the Pool Player Championships, will pay out over $675,000, just shy of $360,000 that is up for grabs here in the 8-Ball Classic. So, again, a lot of money to be won. And so the way this will work, folks, today here on Facebook Live, we're actually streaming on multiple platforms, Jeanette.
Right.
But so folks know, here on Facebook Live, if you're watching us, you will be watching the purple tier of the 8-Ball Classic, those being your skill level 7 players. But we're also going to have extended coverage of the 4 other final matches, and you can find that on poolplayers.com/live. All right, again, that's poolplayers.com/live, and that's where you can tune into the other 4 championship matches, whichever one you may be looking for this afternoon. So I'll check the players at the table there on table 1 in the purple tier. We've got Aaron Greenwood. He's from Baldwinsville, New York, and he's opposed by Ernesto Bayaua, who's from Tomball, Texas. Again, they are both playing in the purple tier, which is your skill level 7s, for $15,000 in cash and prizes.
This is really our best of the best.
Best of the best. Can't get any better than these guys.
The purple tier is all about.
And, of course, as skill level 7s, they're both going to be racing to 5, which means each of them must win 5 games to secure the championship. So, again, that is one of 5 matches that you'll be tuning into here. And if this is not the match you're looking for here at the 8-Ball Classic, you can go to our website, poolplayers.com/live, for extended coverage, where we will have the other 4 championship matches that are occurring simultaneous with this one. We're underway, Jeanette.
Okay, he managed to make 2 solids on the break. Unfortunately, he wasn't left with anything easy.
You're seeing Aaron Greenwood at the table here in the red shirt. Aaron, again, from New York.
Okay, it looks like he can pocket the 1 ball in the bottom left corner of the screen there. But he's got a lot of problems. And sometimes I really hesitate to send my balls home while I've got other guys in a trap over there. And we've got a problem with this. And we've got the 5, the 3, the 7, all sitting there.
Again, all of our streaming coverage provided by our friends at Pool Dog. I know they've got some special offers available for our members right now. If you go to pooldog.com/APA champs. Some different offers there. I know they're giving away free towel for certain things.
Right.
5% off if you use some different codes. So an opportunity to get the latest billiard supplies at a discount, which is always nice.
Now, it's interesting that you guys can notice he had a shot on the 1. But as I was saying, it's hard to send your guys home while you have others in a trap. It actually ends up hurting you. It's better to just try to play some defense. I think he meant to follow that 2 ball and freeze the cue ball right on top of that 13, which he didn't execute. He was able to leave him a cut up the table with the 13 ball, but he's kind of looking at the same thing. Okay, if I make this, what's next? He might be looking to play some defense as well. Maybe break up that problem area. Stick the cue ball on the 5.
Of course, Ernesto is fairly well known among the upper tier amateur ranks. He's former U.S. amateur champion. I believe he's also a former 8-ball classic champion or 9-ball shootout. One of our pool player championship titles. I know he's one you see out here quite often. Aaron, not a player I'm too familiar with, but obviously very skilled to have made it this far. I should mention there were 134 players in this particular tier.
Wow.
So these are your final 2, folks. They've had an outstanding run, and here they are competing for $15,000 cash and prizes in the final round.
Okay, Ernesto did the same thing. Instead of going for the cut up the table without a guarantee of running out, he chose to play defense as well.
I would imagine, Jeanette, we'll see these players play very carefully in this match, knowing that, at any given time, based on their skill, one mistake could lead to, several games in a row being won. So they want to be careful not to leave their opponent with anything they don't have to.
That was actually a pretty good safety. The only danger here is him actually being... He's got such a nice cluster of stripes over there that it might be somewhat easy to not leave Aaron a shot back.
Ernesto kind of surveying the table. Again, a lot of folks just now tuning in. You're seeing live coverage of the 8-ball classic here at the APA Pool Player Championships. We were watching the purple tier, which is the skill level 7s. If you're looking for another match, I encourage you to go to our website, poolplayers.com/live, and you can see our extended coverage of the other 4 matches that are happening simultaneously. But here on this table, we have Aaron Greenwood, who you see in the red at the table, or surveying the table. In the background, you have Ernesto Bayaua, his opponent.
Now, as you can see, Aaron does not have a shot on a solid ball, so it looks like he has a choice of trying to kick at this 2-ball on the left rail, but instead I think he's looking to possibly tie up. If he's not sure that he's going to hit his ball, rather than give him a ball in hand with a wide open table, he's going to possibly think about tying up a couple of the guys' balls so that the run out isn't as easy. I think he's looking to go ahead and just try to kick at this 2-ball. No, that's not going to go there. Maybe he's trying to hit the 1-ball.
Of course, this morning here in the 8-ball classic, Jeanette, we had 10 semifinal rounds going on. It was pretty crazy. Some outstanding finishes for players. I know they didn't quite make it as far as they would have liked, but some really outstanding third-place finishers in this year's event. And of course, we gave out some trophies and more importantly, some prize money to them. And they can now sit back and kind of watch the final match as it unfolds.
Okay, he just gave Ernesto a ball in hand. And he's going to look at if there's a way to possibly break up all these problems areas so that he can start to run out.
48 states represented here in this year's Pool Player Championships in 3 countries. Of course, United States and Canada. We also have a player here from Japan competing in the Wheelchair Championship, which will take place this evening at 5 o'clock. That's Pacific Daylight Time. We will have that coverage for you here from Pool Dog Championship Arena.
Well, I don't think he meant to leave him that 3-ball right there. I think he was trying to open up another problem and freeze the cue ball on those balls, but I think he can see that ball up table. No.
Again, kind of a slow start for both these players. And again, that's fairly deliberate, right? They're looking to not make a mistake because at this skill level, one mistake could lead to losing potentially several games in a row, right?
Right. These guys are very, very capable of running the entire table, but when you have a lot of clusters like this, you're going to start to see a lot more strategy, which is what I like in 8-ball over 9-ball when I was first starting to play. I didn't mess with 8-ball. I thought that was the amateur's game, and 9-ball was the way to go until the Camel Pro Billiard Series came in, and I watched the top pros playing 8-ball, and that was the first time I really came to appreciate how much strategy is involved in 8-ball.
Right.
Oh, gosh darn it.
All right, so we'll see. That first mistake here for Aaron Greenwood. And that'll bring Ernesto back to the table with ball in hand. Again, we want to make sure we thank our friends over at Pool Dog. They are the presenting sponsor of our streaming this year, and they have enabled us not just to bring you this final match you're watching if you're watching on Facebook Live, but also the additional 4 matches being played. And, of course, they're also offering some things to you folks at home that are tuning in. Frank here is responsible for this particular offer. You get a free Q towel or case towel, if you will. You go to their website and order $50 or more. You use the code APA Champs. You're going to get that free towel with our boy Frankie here. Frank, you're kind of quiet, buddy.
All right, come on, Ernesto. What are we going to do over here?
Always interesting to see the dynamic as it changes from, the big tournament room, Jeanette, to this smaller, the Pool Dog arena here where you have all the lights and the crowd, and it can be a little intimidating for some players, but we'll see if that impacts this match as well as the other matches folks are able to tune into.
I think he was hoping for the 9-ball in the corner pocket. Went forward a little too much. He's perfectly fine, though. Uh-oh. He wants to get to that cluster down there as quick as he can.
As we mentioned, Ernesto here, very experienced in these higher level tournaments, late rounds.
There we go, nice view of the overhead camera.
Some folks asking where the players are from. So Ernesto is from Tomball, Texas. And his opponent, who's currently not at the table, Aaron Greenwood, is from Baldwinsville, New York. So we've got a New York player. That is Aaron, who's seated in red there. And Ernesto, who's at the table, is from Texas. So as Ernesto scouts things out, I'll mention some of our other finalists in the blue tier. On table 5, we have Blair Dixon, also from Texas, and we have from California, Tiffany Jones. They're on table 5. Over on table 9, we have Catherine Miller from Alabama and Lena Domus from Texas. Over on table 7 in the red tier from Ohio, we have Dave Supe. From Missouri, Bradley Greer. Again, they're on table 7. And the orange tier over on table 3, we have from Oklahoma, Josh Norris, and from Illinois, Joe Gotch. Again, if you're interested in seeing any of those matches, you can go to our website, poolplayers.com/live. Select the particular match you'd like to watch. I think we've got a link pinned at the top of the comment section if you're on Facebook Live that will take you directly to that page. And if you'd like to stick with us here for the purple tier, again, the skill level 7s, Jeanette Lee and I bringing you the live coverage. Been a good trip, Jeanette?
It has.
Yeah?
It's a lot of fun. There's always, this is, easily one of the best events there is on the planet Earth when it comes to tournament pool. So many people just absolutely, he hit that a little bit weak. I'm not sure why he hit it that softly. If anything, he would want to be on the other side. He's still okay. He can shoot that 3-ball, the right corner pocket. I think he wanted less angle than that. But we've got so many vendors here. We've had Florian Kohler, Venom.
Of course, Dr. Q was here today for a
That's
show.
right. We see Dr. Q.
Saw Mike Massey running around. I know Ava was here earlier in the week.
We've got some great stars over here, as well as
Of course,
all
the
these
big
people
pool
that
party
love
tonight.
Pool
Party here, poolside at the West. So much to do. It's funny, too, because when I talk to folks and I tell them that this is the smaller event that we do, they're like, what do you mean smaller? Yeah. I think we had 2,300 some odd participants in this year's Pool Player Championships between all the different events. But, when it comes to August, we've got like 14,000, 15,000. So,
Oh, he miscued. That's why he's
So he
looking at his
miscued.
tip.
He did manage to drive that cue ball to a rail, though, so no foul there, I don't believe.
No, but
But that's certainly
that
not
would
what
have
he
been
was
the
looking
winning
for.
shot. Yeah.
Here's some applause in the background coming from, I'm not sure which table that would be, table 3, I believe. Again, with the extended coverage we're providing and presented by Pool Dog here, we're able to offer additional matches on poolplayers.com/live. So if you're just tuning in and this is not the match you were looking for, you can go to that link and select the particular match you would like to watch.
He's got a lot of options here.
Of course, the table now wide open, and you'll see these guys pocket several balls in a row, if not all of the balls, in a run out. But still some work to do here for Aaron Greenwood. Aaron pockets the 1 in the corner.
That little nudge helped him a little bit. Looks like he has a little bit of an angle. He can do either. He can either. Let's see what he's doing. If he's cueing down low. I think he can follow this ball without scratching in the side pocket.
Aaron marked his pocket up there, that far corner. Looks like he marked his pocket with some type of wristwatch there.
Yeah.
Always interesting to see what people use for pocket markers, right? And the first game in this race to 5 goes to Aaron Greenwood. Aaron now leading 1-0 as the players prepare the rack. We're going to hear a word from our presenting sponsor, our friends at Pool Dog.
Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at pooldog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, pooldog.com, or call 866-843-3294.
All right, so Ernesto making sure he's got that rack nice and tight. Again, I want to mention our friends at Pool Dog providing the extended coverage in addition to the feature match here. Poolplayers.com live. If you're looking for some of the other matches, I was kind of clicking around there on my screen here to see some score updates. I got to thank my main man, Steve Alejandro, for making these matches possible as well. The technical know-how that he has is quite amazing.
You can see him taking a lot of time and racking the balls because it's very much like a pinball machine. When there's gaps between the balls, you can hit those balls like King Kong. but they're just not going to spread if there's space between the balls. They're just going to keep hitting each other and kind of just die there. They're not going to spread. But if you've got them really tight, then when you hit those balls, they'll spread immediately because there's nowhere else to go but out.
I'm looking over at table 3. Just a quick score update for those of you watching on Facebook Live. It looks like Joe Gotch from Illinois is leading 1-0 over Josh Norris. Again, that's over on table 3. Joe needing 4 games, so he needs just 3 more. Josh still needing 5. Aaron Greenwood with the break here in the purple tier on table 1, the featured table that you're watching.
Let's see. I think he made one apiece. No, he made a stripe. So let's see. Looks like he's looking at the 10 ball. Maybe cutting it into the side.
You called it.
Little help from the 9 ball.
Another quick score update in the yellow tier on table 9. Looks like Lena Domas has taken a 1-0 lead over Catherine Miller. Both those players racing to 3. So Lena just needing 2 more games. And again, that is yellow tier. Of course, Aaron Greenwood here at the table in the purple tier, table 1, with an early 1-0 lead over Ernesto Bayaua.
It would be great if he could get position on this 14 ball on the top right of your screen. He could take the 14, then the 13, then the 1 on the side, then the 9 ball in the corner. He's already got this entire rack laid out.
And I guess, I mean, that's pretty common for the higher skilled players. Like after you see a break,
That's
you
right.
kind of have an idea of a pattern, right?
That's right. And it's basically you're working backwards from the 8 and figuring out, as long as there's no problems on the table. Looks like he's looking at the 11 ball right now. Maybe he doesn't like the 14. Taking a deep breath there as he walks around the table.
Another quick score update over on table 5 in the blue tier. Blair Dickerson has taken a 1-0 lead over Tiffany Jones. Blair needs 2 more games. Tiffany only needing 2 games due to their skill level differences. And again, if you're looking for coverage of other matches, if you're watching us here on Facebook Live, purple tier coverage, and you're looking for other matches, go to poolplayers.com/live, and you can find the other 4 matches that are happening at the same time as this match. So, again, that's all of our extended coverage presented by Pool Dog. Ashley, one of the commenters, is asking to see some of the girls playing. Again, if you go to poolplayers.com/live, Ashley, you can see any match you'd like to.
Really nice shot. Pretty simple. He's going to make the 13 with just a little bit of draw. Not much. It's a light cue ball.
Looks like we have our first score update for the red tier over on table 7. Dave Supe has taken a 1-0 lead over Bradley
boy.
Greer. Again, Dave Supe leading 1-0 over Bradley Greer. Both those players racing to 5.
He must have had more angle than I thought because it seemed like it would have been simple enough to draw the ball and slide over. In this case, there's not really a wrong shot. That's just the thing about 8-ball. There's a lot of options, and it's really a matter of what's comfortable for you.
Aaron Greenwood pockets the 8-ball and takes a 2-0 lead now in this race to 5. Strong start here for Aaron. Again, in the purple tier, that is your skill level 7s. I want to remind folks that we will have coverage of our wheelchair championship tonight at 5 o'clock. That's 5 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. You can find that coverage here on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel, youtube.com/APA Leagues. We try to simulcast it as many places as we can so we make sure nobody misses it, Jeanette, right?
Yep.
Some people like to watch on Facebook. Some like to watch it on YouTube. So we try to make it accessible for all the folks. And again, if you're enjoying the free coverage of the streaming, you can thank our folks over at Pool Dog. I encourage you to go to their website, pooldog.com/APA Champs, for some of the exclusive offers that they've got going on. We really appreciate all their support in making this happen. And for lending us Frank, right?
That's right.
I kind of miss my puppy when I come out here, Jeanette. And so we've got Frank here. And he doesn't say a lot, folks, but he sure is cuddly.
He's a sweet dog. We just fed him, so he's happy.
Yeah, he's bigger than I thought.
He's giant, actually.
Bigger than I thought. That's all right.
He's a happy dog, though.
He's just a little shy. He'll get there. All right, so the players look like they're comfortable with the rack here in the purple tier. Again, you can kind of see the player examine the table a little bit, or the rack. Looking for gaps, right? Kind of trying to see where the gaps are. Aaron Greenwood will have the break here. I see some of the commenters talking about equipment and tables and things like that. Of course, 268 tables in this year's event, all Valley Dynamo tables. I think I saw one commenter mention, why don't they use 9-foot tables? I don't know that there's anybody out there with 268 of the same 9-foot tables, and even if there were, the space required as well as the setup time would not make it logistically possible. So
these players would be walking for days
Yeah.
trying to get to their matches.
yeah, and of course, the Valley tables are the most common table that you see out there too. So the vast
That's
majority of our leagues played on Valley tables. Of course, we're also aware of Diamond tables, and those are great tables too, but makes sense for this particular event and given what our players currently play on to use the Valleys. Folks at High Country Promotions bringing in the tables this week.
Watch out.
Well, we talked about player runs, and Aaron is kind of taking control of this match, at least for the moment.
Yes, he has. And he actually, it looks like that was a bad shot because he didn't leave himself an easy shot. But he actually did what he wanted to do. He wanted to open up that 12 ball, which was piled in that cluster with the 6 ball. No, you don't want to do that. Turn back around. That's right.
See, if he was watching live right now, he could have got like a free coach from you. Could have heard you. Don't do that.
Actually, he shows a lot of experience. He's pretty disciplined. I can see before each shot he sets up, he approaches each shot. You can see some mental focus and imagery when you see him break the balls. He doesn't just get down and break. He stands there, looks at it, pictures a solid break on that one, and that's what he does for each shot.
Well, and you don't get to this point in this particular event, in this tier, again, the highest skill level tier, without being very experienced and discipline and skill and all the things it takes. I see a lot of the guys that play in the U.S. Amateur Championship. You'll see a lot of them out here playing in the higher tiers of both the 8-ball Classic and the 9-ball Shootout. So very adept at the pressure that comes with this event. For the folks at home that are watching and tuning in and wondering, how can I play in the tournament? Of course, the first thing you need to do is go to our website, poolplayers.com. You can join your local league there and get involved on a team. And then as you get enough scores in to establish your skill level, you can participate on a local qualifier board. That's typically about 8 players that play on those, and the winner of that advances to a regional event. The top players at the regional event advance here to the Pool Player Championships, where we pick up the hotel and provide all of the participants with some travel assistance to get here. And I think they get some like guaranteed prize money when they get here as well. And so it's a nice deal, and especially for the lower skilled players. That's the thing, Jeanette. Like, I'm looking at the breakdown of these fields, right?
Right.
So we mentioned 134 players in the purple tier. Blue tier, skill level 2s and 3s, there's 41 players, right? I don't know why the lower skilled players don't participate more, because it's such a great opportunity.
Oh no, might be a quick game.
Oh,
my God.
Didn't get much closer than that. Nobody move.
Woo.
Nobody move.
He was just, all he cared about was a little bit of defense.
Wow.
He didn't like cutting the ball, so he just chose to move that ball and leave Ernesto with no shot. I'm sure that he did not mean to hit the 8 ball.
And it'll be interesting to see now with that 8 ball just right there on the edge of that pocket, how that affects play from here on out. Players will have to be very careful with the way that ball's sitting.
Tell you what, he did a pretty good job of not leaving Ernesto a shot. So right now, all he's thinking about is defense.
As Ernesto surveys the table, I want to mention over on table 3, we now have a tie between Joe Gotch and Josh Norris, 1-1. Although Joe needs only 4 games to win, so he is still leading there. Josh needs 5. Again, that is orange tier on table 3. Over on table 9 in the yellow tier, Lena Domas has taken a 2-0 lead and is now on the hill. She needs 1 game to secure the championship. Looks like our scores are the same in the other 2 matches. Blair Dickerson leading Tiffany Jones 1-0. The blue tier on table 5.
Ugh.
And Dave Supe leading 1-0 over Bradley Greer over on table 7 in the red tier. And again, you're watching purple tier coverage as our featured match here, but if you're looking for coverage of one of the other matches, you can find that at poolplayers.com/live. The folks that have been with us since the beginning, Jeanette, are probably like, why does he keep saying that over and over? But we say that because we have so many folks that jump on and off of the stream that they may only be with us for 20, 30 seconds, and we try to remind them where they go to watch the match that they're looking for. So had a commenter asking about the payouts for first place and when are they going to increase. No plans anytime soon to increase the prize money for first place. We believe it's pretty much where it should be for an amateur event.
Right.
And I think, in fact, if you kind of look at some of the pro payouts in a lot of events, $15,000 for first, Jeanette, I mean, that's not a bad day,
That's right.
even if you're a professional. So the way that we do the prize money, it does increase every year, but because we pay out throughout the field for different things, it increases on the back end. We don't necessarily increase it on the front end. And I think we mentioned that the payout for this year's 8-Ball Classic, almost $360,000. So, but no plans to increase the prize money for first place. We think 15,000 is a good day's work for an amateur player.
Oh, yeah. And there's so much offered here.
Yeah.
I mean, between the vendors and the mini mania and just the camaraderie that happens between all the players being in Las Vegas. I don't think anyone's complaining about, what is offered at this
Right.
event.
I also want to mention for folks that are wanting to follow, different players that maybe not here in the finals of the 8-Ball Classic, but that are in other events. The 9-ball shootout, of course, kicking off today. The wheelchair championship still underway. 8-ball doubles, I believe, kicking off today. You can go to compusport.us, and you can actually follow your players and their progress throughout the tournament, kind of see when they play next or if they won their match. And again, that's compusport.us. You can follow your favorite player, your teammate, your friend, whoever it is that's out here. So. Don Donahue's watching live at the Westgate. I always like to see folks that are like actually here in the finals room, yet they're tuning in and listening to us, watching on their phone. So.
Ooh. Nice overhead view of the table.
Yeah, really some great camera work by our guys today. I mentioned Steve Alejandra, who's kind of running the show here, but we've got Greg Fletcher and Josh Fletcher both out on the tournament floor bringing you the extended coverage, courtesy of Pool Dog. First time ever, Jeanette, that we've been able to bring all 5 championship matches at one time, which is cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. And again, that's all courtesy of our buddies at Pool Dog for helping us make that happen. So can't thank them enough. You're seeing the Pool Dog Championship arena here. You're getting a nice pan shot of kind of the entire room. You can see a great crowd, you know, for a Friday in Vegas, right? So much to do. It's beautiful out, but they're all here watching. They're watching how this thing finishes up, so.
It's so cool that as an amateur event, you can compete for this kind of money.
It's awesome.
And the prestige that comes with it. These are people that just go out every day. They're not professionals. They have a normal job. And yet they get to be here in Vegas for competing for this kind of money. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
And he is showing so much composure.
Yeah, well, like we mentioned, Ernesto's been in some battles. I mean, he's tested. So he's down early, but you can see he's about to get on the board here.
Always have to mark your pocket. 8 balls, side pocket.
Ernesto Bayaua pockets the 8-ball in the side, and he's now on the board, trailing by a score of 2-1 to Aaron Greenwood. Ernesto will have the break as Aaron prepares the rack. Again, this is a race to 5. Take a look at some of the other scores here. See if there's any updates. Blair Dickerson leading 2-0 over Tiffany Jones. Joe Gotch leading 2-1 over Josh Norris. Joe needing just 2 more games to win that match. Lena Domas leading 2-0 still over Catherine Miller. Lena only needing 1 game. And Dave Supe just took a 2-0 lead over Bradley Greer. That is a race to 5 for both of those players. So Dave Supe with an early lead there. And back here on table 1, the featured table, again, you've seen the players focus quite a bit on the rack, not wanting to give their opponent any advantage if they can avoid it, making sure that rack's nice and tight. Ernesto taking a look at the rack. A little bit of a concern about something there, so they'll adjust it a little bit. Again, this is the second of 5 championships to be decided here at the Pool Player Championships. Last night we had the 9-ball doubles finals, and where our champions were from Illinois, the team of where was this last week? That was a great match last night. Those guys got down early quite a bit, and it looked like, it was going to be a runaway, and they just came storming back. So congratulations to them. That was David Zartler and George Burke. I know they were excited.
And the whole way they were smiling.
Yeah.
With even being so down in the match, their attitude, they were just laying back, laughing, smiling almost the entire match. And he said, I just wanted to make sure I had a good time.
Yeah, well, I think they were relaxed because, we talked about this during the stream yesterday, but they came out in their first match of the tournament and got smoked.
Right.
I think they had like 3 points between them. They said they played terrible. They got smoked, but they came all the way back through that one-loss side of the bracket to the finals, and they felt like, not much to lose.
Right.
Right? They felt like they were playing with house money. So, again, congratulations to them. They were out of Illinois, Chicagoland, Illinois, the team of Where Was This last week. Obviously watching the 8-Ball Classic finals now as the players prepare the rack. And then at 5 o'clock this evening, Pacific time, for those of you that are on the East Coast, that'll be 8 o'clock. But 5 o'clock Pacific time, we will have the finals of the Wheelchair Championship, which is always an awesome match to see.
So cool.
I mean, you want to see folks overcoming adversity. It's amazing. So I would encourage you to tune in if you can. That'll be here on our Facebook Live page. Looks like they've figured out the rack, and Ernesto preparing to break.
He's coming from right at the head of the table.
I was going to mention that, yeah.
Usually people break from the side.
Yeah, you can see he's almost dead set in the middle. It's very interesting. This will be his first break of the match.
He's going to come up, try again. No.
Can't quite get the 13 ball or the 11 ball that almost went there.
Well, that's twice he's come up dry. I mean, he's breaking from the middle, and there's a reason why we don't break from the middle of the table in 8-ball. Normally a little bit off-center, solid hit on the head ball, or you put the cue ball all the way towards the corner and try to hit the second ball from the top as solidly as possible. I think he's going to have to rethink his break strategy.
You're hearing some applause. I'm not sure if that match wrapped up over there. We'll get confirmation before we announce it, but yeah, it looks like the players are putting their cue sticks away. So I believe Lena Domus has defeated Catherine Miller. That's in the yellow tier. So congratulations to her, the first of the 5 championships done, the yellow tier being your skill level 4s.
Let's take a look at this. He's got a stripe in there. Let me see. He's trying to figure out what he's going to do to try to break open the 13 ball, which is stuck to the 7, the 15 ball, which is right below the 5 ball.
Aaron Greenwood pockets the 9 in the corner. Aaron from New York, again here in the red shirt. You got an admirer here on Facebook comments, Jeanette. Seth Mumford said,
Hi,
you're looking as good as ever.
Thank you.
Looking as good as ever.
Trying to hold on. I've started hitting balls again.
Oh, yeah?
That's kind of exciting. Yep, I took a little bit of a break for health reasons and was struggling with some pain, but now things are a lot more stable, and so I've started playing pool again, and I really missed it, to be honest with you. I mean, I get to do exhibitions and, hit a few balls here and there with some of the amateurs in the APA, because as you know, I own Tampa Bay APA, believe in the program so much, and it's been a lot of fun. All right, let's see if he got up high enough to take this 10-14 combination.
Now, did you play in that WPBA event back in January? Did you play in that one?
I did.
Up in Michigan? You did?
I did.
Good.
There were 64 women. I
Nice.
came in 9th. So considering I've, haven't really played in an event in 4 years, it was okay. Obviously, I always want to win it.
Right. Every time I talk to you, if you didn't win it, you're like, I didn't have a good time.
I don't want to talk about it.
So that's what it takes to be elite. And how about this next one they're doing? Are they're doing one in, I thought, New Orleans or
so
somewhere?
there's a
Emeralds Billiards, not New Orleans, somewhere in Louisiana.
right. It's in Louisiana. I don't know what city, but you can probably get more information on that on WPBA.com for
Yeah.
the Women's Professional Billiard Association.
Good to see them having more events.
Yeah,
Again, getting
yeah.
more events scheduled.
So this will be a satellite event. Normally our events are in casinos and bigger rooms. This is going to be at a billiard club. But I'm told it's over 20,000 square feet.
Wow.
Big room at
Yeah.
Emerald Billiards. And I still expect a lot of the top pros to be there at the event. It's a half points event, but I know everyone's going to be playing hard.
All right, Aaron Greenwood's still here at the table. Aaron in the red shirt. From Baldwinsville, New York, which I believe is the upstate area of New York. You know your New York geography? I know you're from New York,
I am.
but you're from the city, so
Yeah. I'm
everything
from New
else
York
is like,
City.
yeah, you just don't know. When you're from the city, that's
If it's not in New York, it doesn't count.
right. But I believe it's upstate New York, Baldwinsville. Oh, somebody here in the comments said upstate all the way, so it looks like we're right.
I don't think he wanted to be jacked up over there. It looks like he's... Yeah, I wouldn't like this either. He has a shot on the 10 ball, but he would have to hit it fairly hard with some topspin, and even then he's not guaranteed to have any kind of shot on this 12.
Again, if you're just tuning in, you're watching live coverage of this year's 8-Ball Classic, part of the APA Poolplayer Championships going on here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. You are watching the final round here of the 8-Ball Classic in the Pool Dog Championship Arena. This is the purple tiers, both these players skill level 7s. You have Aaron Greenwood currently at the table, his opponent Ernesto Bayaua.
Oh, nice shot.
Aaron leading 2-1 in this race to 5.
I don't think he's going to like what happens here. He's smiling. Look at him. He's like, it's tough when you feel like you have no choice. Because at this point, there's no defense. I mean, he's surrounded by the enemy. All solids all over the place. So he's going to have to make this tough cut on the 12 ball. But even then, he's not going to have anything better than a bank in the cross side with the 8. But really, when the defense is just as tough as the offense, I'm going to go offense. At least give myself a chance to win. Oh, look, he's jacking up a little bit. I think he's going to try to get between the 7 and the 6. I think he's going to end up hitting. Oh no. Ah!
Wow. He likes to live dangerously, doesn't he?
Yeah. He was trying to
Yeah.
bank that ball. Huh.
That'll bring Ernesto back to the table. I heard some applause. I'm not sure. It looks like we're still in action on 3 of the 4 tables. Of course, we mentioned that Lena Domas has defeated Catherine Miller by a score of 3-0, so she is your 8-Ball Classic champion in the yellow tier. Congratulations to her. Once we wrap up all 5 of these matches, Jeanette, we'll hand out the big trophies and
Yeah.
get the photos and all the good stuff that goes with that. So
Oh my gosh, the trophies are awesome
Yeah.
and they're massive.
you probably got some trophies at home, huh? A couple trophies?
Just a couple.
Yeah? Do you? I know, literally. I mean, do you keep your trophies? Do you keep them all?
To be honest, I keep all the titles.
Yeah, okay.
Second and third, those
Not
kinds
so
of
much.
things.
They find their way into
No.
like a box or something. You sell those on like eBay.
I have no comment.
Jeanette Lee runner-up trophy. But you still keep the ones that you win, huh?
Yes.
I mean, do you keep them out? Do you display them?
I've got them like in the kitchen above all the cupboards, you know.
Yeah.
There's like
Got
a
'em
little
out.
shelf up there, so I've got them up there.
Nice.
high, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, some of them are pretty beautiful, so it's
What's your
a
favorite?
shame to leave them in a box.
What's your favorite title that you won?
I mean, I won the gold medal at the Olympic
World
World
Games, that's
so
your
that
favorite?
was, Yeah, I mean it's not a trophy per se; it's a medal, but it
Yeah.
was representing the United States
That's
in
cool.
a field of so many different sports, and it's just a memory of a lifetime.
Nice.
Really is. Huh.
So I think I saw that another match has wrapped up, but I want to wait for confirmation. Looks like Blair Dickerson defeated Tiffany Jones in the blue tier by a score of 3-0. So congratulations to Blair. That leaves us with 3 final matches still in play, including the match that you're watching here on the feature table between Ernesto Bayaua, Tomball, Texas. Ernesto currently at the table, trailing 2-1 to Aaron Greenwood.
That was a great shot.
Couple other updates. Dave Supe still leading 2-0 over Bradley Greer. Both those players racing to 5, so ways to go there. Joe
Bounce a little
Gotch.
more.
Joe
There you
Gotch
go.
now leading 3-2 over Josh Norris. Joe on the hill, needing just one game to secure that match. That is in the orange tier on table 3. And Ernesto is an 8-ball away from tying this match at 2-2. He's got his, looks like some Visine mark in the pocket or some type of.
That's right.
And he pockets the 8-ball, and we are tied up, folks. 2-2 here in the purple tier. Well, Jeanette, this match has been everything I think we had hoped, at least thus far. Both these players very neck and neck. Very close match.
Have they missed a ball yet? I know they played some safeties and things like that, but I'm not sure that they've shot at a ball and missed it.
Yeah, not
you
that I can.
remember one?
No, I mean, I know there were some close calls with that 8-ball in the side pocket a couple different times, but
Right, but that was on a defense
Sure.
shot. That was an intentional miss.
seeing some of the crowd that's come in here, several hundred spectators now in the Pool Dog Arena checking out the action, which is I think is very cool, Jeanette, considering, we're in Vegas and there's so much to do for these players. And I mean, not just within the confines of the tournament stuff, but really throughout the city. And, you see them come in, they want to see who wins the final match,
Yeah, they're all bottlenecked at the entry.
Yeah, they all kind of like to
We
stay
should-
at certain
we
areas,
should tell
don't they?
them to come on in.
Yeah. Don't be
A
shy.
few seats left.
A lot of folks, have to go to matches and things, so they like to peek in for a couple minutes and then move on to whichever event they're still playing in. Of course, we should mention, too, Mini Mania going on nearly round the clock, and that's one of the coolest aspects of these tournaments that we do here in Vegas is the opportunity for APA members, even if you didn't qualify to play in one of the actual events, the main events,
Right.
you can come out here if you got enough scores and play in Mini Mania. So you get the feel of playing on that grand stage that everybody wants to compete on.
Yeah, you guys make sure that there's always something to do.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a lot more in recent years, too. I talked to a lot more players that come out strictly to play in minis.
Yep.
There was a time when the folks playing in minis were almost always players that were in the other events, but over time we kept telling people, hey, look, you don't have to be qualified for the other
That's
events to
right.
come out. And now you see it, especially from folks that are within driving distance. A
Right.
lot of folks come from Southern California, some from the mountain regions, some from over in Texas. So
But I'm in Tampa, and we've got people that fly out
Do
from
they?
there. I mean, people
That's
fly
awesome.
from everywhere just to play in the minis. Well, because it's not just the minis. We've got all the different billiard, everything that you could possibly want.
it's a whole
when
experience.
it comes to pool, is they've got T-shirts and all kinds of accessories and gadgets and cue selection, and
It's crazy,
the
right?
pool party is awesome.
Yeah, it's always a good time. That's tonight here, poolside at the Westgate. It's always kind of an epic evening, so we're looking forward to that.
All right, let's talk about this. This 15 ball really only goes in this bottom left-hand corner pocket. So he's got to look at, all right, I've got these 3 balls over here, 10, 12, and 14 that I've got to take care of, but which one is the ball that I'm going to shoot to get on the 15?
Ernesto, again, being very patient, very deliberate, does not want to make a mistake here. Open things up for Aaron.
Would have been nice if he could come out a little bit more, but I still think he can hit that straight on and draw his ball back. He wants to be fairly straight on this 15 ball also so that he can pocket the 8 ball somewhere. Because I don't think the 8 ball goes in the same pocket as the 15. I think the 7 ball is in the way. Uh-oh. Wow, that was a fantastic shot. Seriously.
Got the Black Widow stamp of approval on that one.
Jeez Louise. I mean, the cue ball control, the speed control, because as I said, he would have to get fairly straight in on the 15 because the 8 ball only really goes in that top left corner pocket that's on the screen right there. Jeez Louise. It's easy enough to do for a skill level 7, but to do it with this kind of pressure is really good.
Yeah, not just the the pressure of the stream and all the folks here watching now. I always kind of get nervous for the players.
Yeah.
So it's always amazing that they're able to handle it. So how do you handle that kind of pressure? I mean, you've done it.
I think it's just accepting the nerves
Just
and
kinda own it.
understanding that, yeah, because a lot of people, they fight the nerves
Yeah.
instead of saying, that's part of the package. I'm out here. I made my way out here.
Embrace the butterflies.
Yeah, embrace it and say it's just like an adrenaline. Instead of it being panic and choking you,
There it
it
goes.
should be an adrenaline rush and going, yeah, this is what I wanted. This is the feeling that I was expecting to get. And under the pressure, I'm just going to go for it.
Well, Ernesto's embracing it at the moment. He is now taken. He's he was down 2-0. He's stormed back now. He's now leading 3 games to 2, needing only 2 more now to secure a win. So.
And they look so calm, but I promise you, the butterflies are in
Right.
his stomach, and neither one of them can hardly breathe.
Yeah.
But you just get so intensely focused on wanting to win, looking for the win, and not thinking about the errors that you just made. That's for later. While you're still in the match, you've got to continue to just go for it and grow your confidence. And with each stroke, get more in tune with the speed of the table and just constantly looking for the win and thinking forward.
Of course, I want to make sure while we've got a moment that we thank our friends over at Pool Dog for doing the presenting sponsorship of the streaming, bringing this action to you guys. Of course, they're going a step beyond and offering viewers some special deals. If you go to pooldog.com/APA Champs, they've got some different offers there. I know they've got a free towel offer. I think they got a 5% off offer. So if you appreciate the streaming and more importantly the fact that it's free to watch, thank our streaming sponsors, Pool Dog, by visiting their website and picking up your latest billiard gear that you might need. Lots of great stuff on their website. Pretty much anything you could ever imagine within the context of pool equipment you can find there over at Pool Dog. So
It's a great website.
yeah, they're involved in so much stuff within our industry too. Like you always see the Pool Dog, you always see Frankie here on
Yep.
On everything, right?
Right.
Our buddy Frank here, being kind of quiet, being a good boy.
Wonder who you're pulling for.
Yeah. What's he looking at? What's Frank looking at?
A hot Betty and
Maybe.
the stands over there.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing. All right. We'll let Frank do his own thing while we get back to the action in the purple tier. Again, we mentioned purple tier, 134 players. These are the final 2 left standing. There was a total of 612 players amongst the 5 tiers in the 8-Ball Classic. Like the orange tier had 162. Wow. I think Bill Tufts, our director of tournament productions, mentioned to me the other day, this is the largest pool player championships that we've ever hosted.
Wow.
Which is a good sign. More and more players.
And how many pool tables do we
Participating.
have at this event?
268.
I mean, just think about that.
It's a lot of
people.
tables. It's
268. You're lucky to find a pool room that's got 15 tables in it,
right.
let alone 268.
It's a lot.
pool
It's
tables.
several tractor trailers of pool tables that the folks over at High Country Promotions bring in, and of course then they've got to be set up, and then they've got to be maintained, right? Because over the course of all the play that they get 20 hours of play a day on these tables, so they're constantly addressing any issues that come up, whether it's if the table becomes not level after so long, or if there's issue with the rails. They're right on it. I mean, they're really amazing. They work around the clock to make sure that the tables are in tip-top shape. Of course, the great setup here in the championship arena. I like this circular thing that we've done here with that's kind of allowed for all the extended coverage of the streaming.
He wants a little more bounce because he wanted to do something with this 13 ball. The trick here, he wants to make sure he makes that 13 ball with a clean hit. From the 13, then the 14, then the 10.
I want to mention over on table 3, orange tier, Joe Gotch and Josh Norris are now tied at 3. However, Joe needs only one more game to win that match, while Josh still needs 2. So we'll keep our eye on that one. Again, if you're wanting to watch the extended coverage, you can go to our website, poolplayers.com/live. That'll take you to the other 2 matches that are still ongoing here in the Pool Dog Arena. Ernesto just whittling away here.
Yeah, left himself just a little bit of an angle. Wants to watch out for that 5 ball, so he's going to hit the 14, hit into the rail, avoid the 15. Come on, all the way over.
Things definitely going Ernesto's way at the moment.
He can do a similar stroke here. All the way over. There you go.
Ernesto now on the 8 ball once again. Going back to that same side pocket. Ernesto cuts
Very
the
nice.
8 ball in the
Watch
side
out.
pocket. Manages to avoid pocketing the cue ball afterwards in the other side pocket. So he now leads 4 games to 2. Ernesto is now on the hill, needs just 1 game to claim the championship.
And that says something because he started off the match down 0-2.
Yeah, he was down 2 games,
And
so he's won
the
4
next
in a row.
That's right.
Well, we mentioned it earlier. Ernesto is a former U.S. amateur champion, which is really the highest level of play you'll see for the amateurs. With that kind of experience, getting down early in a match, obviously did not faze him all that much. But we'll see what happens here for Aaron Greenwood. Again, he hasn't had much opportunity. We mentioned that early on. One mistake here, and Ernesto goes on quite a run. So Aaron will hope to get another chance at the table. Of course, you can watch all of our coverage of the streaming from all of our championships because we archive them all on youtube.com/APA League. So if you want to watch, after this event, if you want to go back and watch, or if you want to see some of the finals from our other events, or really any of the video content that we produce.
We have some instructional videos
So much
there
stuff.
too, right? With Terry
Black
Bell,
Widow,
Black
Widow instruction. We've got Terry Bell. We've got Dr. Q. We've actually got some new instructional stuff coming out soon featuring Corey Duell. I know you know Corey.
That's right. We saw that.
We did some stuff with Corey recently, and we'll look forward to introducing that stuff over the next several weeks. So lots of content there on our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. That way you get a notification whenever we got some new stuff coming out. Ernesto again going with that center break. Needs just one more game to secure the win.
Solid
break worked out that time, yeah.
Yeah, he made one apiece. So he's got choice right now, solids and stripes. So immediately he's going to be looking at what is the easiest run out, making the 3 in the corner, 5 in the corner. He could shoot the 7 in the side right now. The trick is going to getting to that 1 ball.
Yeah, and as Jeanette mentioned on the break, pocketed one of each, which means technically the table's still open. And whichever, if he pockets a high ball or a low ball, that will become his object balls the remainder of the match. So
He's looking to see if he could shoot the 1 ball right now, because you need such a tight window for that 1. See, he could shoot the stripes and take care of the 10 right now, but then what would he do with the 15 ball? You can see here, I don't think the 2 ball or the 6 ball is going to be much of a problem, but getting to the 1 is going to be a lot trickier. Here starts the journey.
all right, so he decided to go with the low balls, the solids, if you will.
Now he could shoot the 2 ball and then get between the 6 and the 14 to shoot the 6 next. He just wants to make sure he doesn't end up straight in on this 6, which isn't the worst thing. The 5 ball's sitting over there in that corner pocket by where he's standing. But ideally, he keeps a little bit of an angle here.
Ernesto pockets
There
the
you go.
2 in the corner.
All right, if he could shoot this 6 and end up hitting that 8 ball, he'll have a nice shot on the 1 next. I always try to get rid of the problems first. That way, if you don't necessarily get there, he still has a lot of our balls in his way to get out, namely the 15 ball. But if you get rid of all those balls first and then you work with the problem, if you miss it, you've opened up the whole table for him.
Well, you can really tell we're getting down to the ends of these matches because the vibe in the room has changed.
Yeah.
Like, it is very still and quiet now. All of these matches coming very close to their conclusion. Looks like we've got a hill match going on between Joe Gotch and Josh Norris now on table 5. That's a good one. Both players needing one more game. They are currently racking. Again, if you're interested in that coverage of that, you can go to poolplayers.com/live to see the outcome there. And in the other match still underway, looks like Bradley Greer's now on the board. Still trailing Dave Supe 3-1 in a race to 5. So a little bit of a ways to go in that particular match. And here on the featured match, we've got Ernesto Bayaua still at the table trying to navigate his way through this last rack to claim yet another title. Again, if you're just tuning in, watching live coverage of the 8-Ball Classic, part of this year's APA Poolplayer Championships here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas.
He's got a little bit of work to do. He has a small window for this 1 ball. Probably going to punch it with a little low right. I think he got there. Just a nice low ball, hit the side rail and come out. No English because it's going to make the cue ball speed up.
Oof.
Excellent, excellent.
All right.
shot.
This could be it. Ernesto on the 8-ball here. He's marked that corner pocket up.
What a great run out.
And there you have it, folks. This year's 8-ball classic champion in the purple tier from Tomball, Texas, Ernesto Bayaua. Congratulations to Ernesto. And also congratulations to Aaron Greenwood on a very strong finish in this year's 8-ball classic.
He really didn't get a lot of opportunity towards the end there.
He didn't, and we talked about that early on. Well, you know, when you have these higher skilled players, one mistake can lead to losing several games, as you saw there. You know, just a window of opportunity for Ernesto, and he took advantage of it. So, you know, another match down. We still have 2 matches in action here. I'll see if we can't get some coverage of those. Again, we mentioned we have. This is I'm not sure if this is our red tier here. Now seeing extended coverage. Yeah, this is Bradley Greer and Dave Supe.
We have a guy on the hill over here.
Again, everything kind of wrapping up here. We've got a hill match on table
2.
Table 3, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah, here we go. Table 3 here.
Oh, yep.
Hill match. Josh Norris, Joe Gotch.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure who's who here is the only thing. Not sure who's
I know he
Josh
was trying
and
to
who's
get
Joe,
straight
but
in on that 14 ball, and he should have hit it with high right instead of low left. He's going to be taking a little bit of a chance here. Jumped up on that shot.
we'll have to see if our production guys can fill us in on who's who in this match. Again, it gets a little chaotic towards the end as all these matches kind of finish up at the same time. But
Tell you what, this guy's in some trouble. So he's shooting low balls, the solids. Has a little bit of a tough cut shot on that 5 ball, and even if he makes it, there's not an easy run out here, and he's got his opponent's ball sitting in the hole. He's going to have some kind of plan. That was a great shot.
again, if you're just joining us, this is extended coverage here now of the 8-ball classic. This is a hill match in the orange tier between Josh Norris and Joe Gotch. Still have not gotten confirmation on who's Joe and who is Josh. We'll see if we can get that information to you before this wraps up.
I just read his name on his shirt.
We think,
On
oh,
the
Joe?
sleeve of his shirt, yeah, this
Alright.
is Joe.
He must have good eyesight.
Right there on the sleeve. Can you see it?
No.
Okay. Well, I just read it. It says so right on the side of his arm. There you go. Now you can see Joe Koch right there. Can you read it?
Okay, there you go. Man, you got great eyes. I guess you're a pool player, right? You got to have good eyes.
You have to have good eyes to be able to play this game.
All right, so Joe Gotch at the table here.
He just wants to tap this in. He'll be playing the 8-ball in the far corner pocket. A little harder than he meant to. Marked his pocket.
Take a deep breath.
This is for all of it. All the jelly beans.
Joe Gotch on the 8-ball here. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Gotch from Hillside, Illinois, your 8-ball classic champion in the orange tier. What a great match that was. Hill race.
Yes, it was. They showed a lot of respect for each other as Josh walked away with a smile on his face and a good handshake.
Seen a lot of good sportsmanship here this week. In fact, I should mention our sportsmanship award winner for the 8-ball classic. He was from New Smyrna Beach, Florida, Kevin Murphy. Again, we always encourage good sportsmanship here at the event. Makes things all the more positive, right? There's a lot of good vibes going on when you're here, and we like to try to keep those good vibes going even when someone loses, right? Because we can only have one winner in each tier.
I really just think that everyone really appreciates the event. I really do. I think they just really appreciate the opportunity that they've been given.
All right, so we're down to one match. And that is Dave Supe and Bradley Greer over on table 7. We'll see if we can get you that here on Facebook. Again, those of you that are watching through poolplayers.com/live, you're already watching that coverage. But
I don't know what he's looking at. That ball doesn't clear there. You think he's shooting it like it clears those 2 balls. It looks like the 9 ball's right in front of it.
I believe this is Bradley at the table now. Bradley in the, is that orange? Orange's shirt?
Yeah, some kind of a salmon colored
Sometimes
shirt,
our
I think.
coloration's a little off sometimes on our monitor, but
I would have thought he would have followed that with high left to give himself the 9 ball.
he was just waiting for the stream to focus on him, and now he's turning it on, I think. Bradley here.
Yes, of course.
This is
He's just taking 1 stroke per shot.
Yeah, that's all he can do at this point. This is the 5th and final championship match to be decided here in the Pool Dog Arena in the 8-ball classic. At the conclusion of this match, we'll wrap up the stream and we will present all these players with their trophies and their prize money.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Of course, we talked a little bit about the prize money for first place, which is $15,000 in cash and some prizes, but runner-up goes home with $9,000 in cash and prizes. So again, not a bad day. That's one thing I always have to remind folks of when they ask about the payouts and why they're not more. And it's like, well, there's 15 for first, 9 for second. There's, we put out, what is it, like third place, $4,000 for 2 players, and you get to 5th place, $2,000 for 4 players, and it goes all the way down throughout the field, right? So try to disperse that prize payout, that 360 some odd thousand, amongst the entire field as best we can.
It's a great payout.
Yeah, I mean, when you consider, what's a qualifier board? $20, $25? $20, yeah. So $20. You're not going to do that well in the casino, right?
Yeah,
$20.
Once you've had 10 matches under your belt with our APA leagues, you can compete in our 8-ball boards, single boards, which are just, $20 to play.
That's
and
a deal.
If you win that, go to the fall regionals or the spring regional championship.
Yeah.
Lots of fun in your own hometown. Could win you a trip to Vegas.
Yeah. I've heard that. I've never been to a singles regional that we do, but I've heard those are kind of in and of themselves a pretty cool experience.
It is.
Lots of players come from, kind of different players or
they
different
really
areas
try
of the
to make
region.
It special, yes.
Yeah. Just a lot of opportunity to play pool. From the local league level to the local tournament level to the regional tournament level, and then of course here at the championship level in Las Vegas And all of this, again, brought to you by our friends at Pool Dog. They are the presenting sponsor of all of our coverage from this event. And really a big part of what has allowed us to show all of these different matches, which is not something that we've ever been able to do before. So, again, really want to thank them, and viewers can thank them by going to their website, pooldog.com/APA Champs. Got some different offers available for viewers over there.
Wow, he just turned that around. Smacked at the ball. Knocked his opponent's ball in the pocket. And was able to leave him safe.
So I had a question. Somebody was asking about cash, because we do some cash and some prizes. So they were asking about the actual breakdown. So let's look at this. So first place, $15,000. That equates to $12,410 in cash. Also another $100 that they get at registration. That every player that comes here gets $100. That's about $1,800 for a 14-karat gold diamond championship ring.
Oh my gosh!
They get a commemorative cue, $170 commemorative cue, $190 break cue, $90 cue case, $74 commemorative duffel bag, $171 prize bundle, which has like I think a tumbler and a cue. So they get some stuff too.
They get a lot of stuff.
So
you're saying it as though it's like no big deal.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, it's a lot of stuff. But you know, I think
Yeah.
somebody was saying, well, how much is the actual money, right? Because they want to know that. So there you have it. That's kind of the breakdown. And, of course, all that stuff can be found in the event guide or the event program on poolplayers.com if you're ever interested in kind of seeing how that all breaks down. But, again, we're watching the last of 5 championship matches here. This is Dave Supe. Dave is from Harrison, Ohio. Currently leading 4-1, needing just one more game, but Bradley Greer's not going quietly here.
And that was not a miss. He intended to not leave his opponent a shot. There was no point in taking a chance at that thin cut without being guaranteed a shot. So he thought, let me just leave it sitting in the hole and make sure not to leave an opponent a shot.
I think some folks that are just tuning in also asking about which tier and things. This is the red tier that you're watching. Of course, all of our other matches have concluded. We were watching the purple tier, where Ernesto Bayaua has won. So we shifted over some bonus coverage, if you will, as we watch the last of these 5 8-ball classic championships to be decided here in the Pool Dog Championship Arena.
Seven ball doesn't really clear back here in this corner pocket. He's got ball in hand. So he's looking at what he wants to do. It'd be nice to shoot the 7, follow up, shoot the 5 and the 4, then shoot the 6 ball and come one rail up for the 8 ball in the same pocket. Let's see if he does that. Seven, 5. No, I don't know. See, he can do this, but I think there's a lot more risk. It would have been so easy to shoot the 5 first and then the 4. Draw the cue ball just back a little bit to shoot the 6. Now he's shooting the 5 ball and shooting away from the 6 ball instead of towards it. Oof.
All right, so he pockets the 5, but now has to deal with the 6 up in the far corner.
Yep, low right. Cue ball's going to hit the end rail, and the right-hand English is going to spin out. He'll shoot the 8 ball in the same corner pocket. taking his time.
A lot on the line here for Dave. Obviously now 2 balls away from wrapping up a championship for himself. All hinges on what he does here on this 6 ball. Pockets the 6. Wow.
All right.
Now on the 8 ball, but a little hard to tell from this angle what that looks like.
I think he meant to come up a little bit more, but I don't think he'll have any problem making this ball. He's just got to, I think, put a little bit of draw just so he makes sure to avoid the scratch in that far corner pocket.
Marks his pocket there.
That's right.
He will attempt to end this right here. Again, this is Dave Supay, Harrison, Ohio.
Oh.
And there you have it, folks.
Yeah.
Dave Supay, Harrison, Ohio, your 8-ball classic champion in the red tier. Congratulations to him, as well as the runner-up, Bradley Greer. And that's it, folks. 5 championships just like that, Jeanette.
Thanks for
all
tuning
decided. Well, folks, thank you for joining us. Again, we'll be back at 5 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. It's about 3+ hours from now with the finals of our wheelchair championship, so we'd encourage you guys to come back, visit us again. We appreciate you tuning in. And, again, thank you to our folks over at Pool Dog and our buddy Frank here for being presenting sponsors of this year's coverage. So until then, folks, thanks for joining us.
See you
See you
soon.
soon. Bye-bye.
Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at pooldog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, pooldog.com, or call 866-843-3294.